Hey guys, welcome to my backup to the backup to the backup channel. Now, I don't post here very often because I'm posting on my main channel, High Impact Flicks, and my secondary channel, High Impact Vlogs. But I want to keep this channel alive because I want to keep it waiting in the wings if something ever happens. What I would ask you guys to do is please go to my BitChute channel. The handwriting's on the wall for YouTube channels like this, and I don't anticipate being around much longer. As a matter of fact, I've told you guys before, I get up every morning expecting not to see my channel. I wanted to say a quick word real quick about the debates, the upcoming election in 400 and something days. Just ridiculous. They parade these people out on stage. It's a huge psychological operation, basically with the masters, the overlords of this company, and we know who they are, guys. It's the Zionist International Banking Cartel. It's the Federal Reserve. It's the owners of the IRS. It's the people who plunder us every single day against our will that nobody's talking about. Nobody. So they parade these people on stage and they say, these are your masters. And it appeals to the emotion. I mean, look at Tulsi Gabbard. She seems like a very likable, respectable person, very calm demeanor. She's very smart. Andrew Yang, I can see the appeal there. But the bottom line is nobody talks about the problem. What if you go to the doctor's office and let's just say you got a broken femur, one of the biggest bone in your body, okay? And he's examining you, but he doesn't want to talk about, he doesn't even look at your broken femur. He doesn't talk about it, and you're like, but doc, I can't walk and this bone is sticking out of my thigh. Please help me, do something. And he talks about your pinky or your toe or your earlobe, or he's focusing on something that has nothing to do with your femur. And it's jeopardizing your femoral artery. You could bleed to death. But he's not even talking, he's not even discussing, he doesn't even want to look at it. He's just, no, let's look at something else. Let's look at something else. That's exactly what's happening. And I know people get tired of me talking about the Federal Reserve. But think about what Amschel Rothschild said. He said, give me control over a nation's money, and I care not who makes its laws. Why does he say that? Because if you have control over a nation's money, you have control over the nation. And it's irrelevant who's in political power, because you have all the cards. You are in the driver's seat. You are in control. You own and operate the entire country. You own the monetary supply. Every Federal Reserve note that's in everybody's pocket, you control the value of that. If nobody's talking about that, they're not talking about the real issue. And I said issue singular, because if you get rid of the Federal Reserve, and I know there's complexities involved in that, guys. I know there's complexities involved. If you just pull out that root, all of a sudden, there's going to be a global monetary upheaval. It is currently still somehow the world's reserve currency. Currently. It's pegged to oil, so it's the petrodollar Ponzi scheme that they've had going since King Faisal met with Nixon back in the 70s. And they formed OPEC, and they made all these deals, and they reneged on the Bretton Woods Agreement where the dollar was pegged to $35 an ounce gold. And Nixon closed the gold window on August 15th, 1971 to protect the dollar against the speculators. Nobody's talking about this. That's the issue. If you're talking about anything else, if you're talking about healthcare, if you're talking about free college tuition, if you're talking about absolving student loan debt, if you're talking about getting the big corporations, gotta get the fossil fuel industry, if you're talking about the ozone layer, if you're talking about climate change, if you're talking about the Green New Deal, I don't care what you're talking about. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. If you're not talking about eliminating the Federal Reserve, the Zionist International Banking Cartel that owns this country, you're not talking about anything. You are in the mud, dug down deep, spinning your wheels and just getting deeper while the bankers are going, yeah, it's going to be a great Christmas. It's going to be a great Christmas. They skim money out of your pocket and you don't even know it through the hidden tax called inflation. They own us. They own us. It empowers the Internal Revenue Service. They're a domestic terror organization. Why? Because if you don't pay them, then you're called a tax evader and you go to jail. Oh, what are you in for? Oh, I didn't let somebody plunder me. I didn't let the thief rob me. The thief is empowered every day he's allowed to exist. And the thief that I'm talking about is the Federal Reserve. So, guys, please share this video because I see there's so many smart people out there that are falling into the left versus right paradigm line. I'm not talking about just the Democratic, the debate, dog and pony show under the big top zoo. I'm not just talking about that. I'm talking about all politics. Nobody's talking about it. I like Dan Crenshaw. Oh, really? Is Dan Crenshaw talking about ending the Fed? Nope. I like Ted Cruz. What, the Goldman Sachs international banking insider, Ted Cruz? Is he talking about ending the Fed? No. The only guy who ever talked about we got to do something about the Fed is Ron Paul. Not even Rand Paul's touching it. Oh, let's audit the Fed. Audit the Fed. Give me a break. You need to talk about the Fed the way you need to talk about the Fed. It's a terrorist. It's a domestic terrorist organization. Not just domestic, it's a foreign terrorist organization. They control our Federal Reserve. I'm not even going to call it the dollar. Our Federal Reserve note is the world's reserve currency. That means if other nations want oil, and this is the petrodollar arrangement, if they want oil, they have to convert their currency, whatever their currency is, the British pound, the Japanese currency, the yuan, whatever it is, they have to convert that to dollars to buy oil. And that keeps our dollar afloat. And that's how the petrodollar Ponzi scheme and petrodollar cycle works. Convert your national currency to dollars to buy oil. And then it's just cyclical. That's why it's called the petrodollar cycle. And it keeps all those dollars from people dumping all those dollars and having them come home to roost. Because if everybody goes, oh my God, the dollar is not worth anything. And then they throw them all back at America. And then you got this hyperinflation that is just going to draw everything out of kilter. And it's a time bomb. I can't believe it's gone on this long. Think about it. The Federal Reserve officially came online. Not that they weren't working in the background before, but they officially came online in 1913. We're talking about 106 years now they've been riding this thing. Amazing. Amazing. Please share this video, guys. If people aren't talking about the Federal Reserve, they are insiders. Bernie's not talking about it. Tulsi's not talking about it. None of the Elizabeth Warren's not talking about it. Klobuchar's not talking about it. Kamala Harris is not talking about it. Trump's not talking about getting rid of the Fed. Nobody's talking about it because they are in the back pocket of the Fed. It's maddening. It's maddening. I'm not going to stop talking about it. Please try to resist the temptation to get desensitized by it. This is truly what's happening. You pull a Federal Reserve note out of your pocket and take a good look at it. You want to know who owns you? Whoever owns your currency that you use every day, whoever governs the value of that currency that you have, that's who owns you. And that is the problem. Those people are the problem. And we need to take care of the problem so that we can prosper. A dishonest money system creates a dishonest society that does dishonest things with a government that's dishonest and is in the back pocket of the bankers. I'll see you guys in the next heavily censored shadow ban video. Oh, just real quick, guys. My son dropped a video yesterday, my youngest son, Isaiah. Please take a look at that. I'll leave the link in the description below and in the pinned comment, and I appreciate it if you guys take a look at it. Please be honest. He and I realize that he's got some ways to go, but he's got a great heart. He loves doing what he's doing, and he's just a very kind, compassionate human being who just wants to see a better world. So I'd appreciate it. His name is Isaiah Young. That's his channel. Please think about subscribing to his channel and check out his videos, a couple of his videos if you want to, and leave some comments. We'd love to see you over there. I'll see you guys in the next heavily censored shadow ban video.